In this video, I will show you exactly how increasing your course price will skyrocket your sales. And I'm not talking about making your course 20% more expensive or 5 times more expensive. No, I'm talking about making your course 20 times more expensive, 50 times more expensive, or even 100 times more expensive. And I know what you probably think about. You probably think that the higher prices will lead to less sales, but that's completely wrong. That's not how it works at all. Let me give you my example for that. So this is gonna be my old snapshot course example. So if you don't know, right now I scale course learners, but previously I was selling my old snapshot course. I was basically teaching people how they could start making money for Snapchat, and I scaled it to 600k fully profit in just 7 months. But before having the system, before scaling this to 600k profit, in the beginning I was selling $37 products about just how to make money for Snapchat, really simple guide. And I was thinking that the cheap product will lead to high amount of sales because it's easy, it's cheap, everyone has $37, so I won't have any problems. Nobody will expect like high ROI because it's just $37. Like I thought everyone has $37 and I'm just gonna get easy sales, low ticket sales. But again, that was completely wrong. Basically selling this $37 was just one big problem. So I sold over 400 of this low ticket $37 products, and pretty much everyone, I had 340 tickets of people that wanted one-on-one coaching for this $37. That was a nightmare because imagine you sell a product for $37, you have really low expectations because it's just $37, and then just people open tickets, DM you on Discord like, yo, where's my one-on-one coaching? Yo, where's my one-on-one coaching? Bro, I want your help personally. Can you help me personally? And now you see over 300 people that actually want help to you, and you know that you can't deliver them because you sold them low ticket, just course, and they want one-on-one coaching with you. And this thing was not even that bad, and really often I was doing discounts, so instead of selling for 37, I was selling for 30, for 20, just to get more sales because it's still cheap product, so it's better to have one smaller conversion than don't have any conversion, but that's completely wrong. You'll get only unqualified people. Or we had a problem like that when I tried to increase price, people were upset why it's so magically expensive, As you can see here, $50, bro, it was $20 yesterday, and what happens if I don't make any money? I get refund, right? Because bro, I'm like $5 short, this is my last money. You get people like that if you sell cheap product for $20, $37, whatever. As you can see, I made a discount for $20 just to probably get some more sales. I increased to $50, and right now people are complaining that, oh, why is $50, bro? It's so expensive. Like, I thought everyone has $50, but I was actually completely wrong, And the funny thing is that, people are complaining about refunds, and what happens if I don't make any money? I get a refund, right? It's just $50 product, 50, 37, $20 product. Main base was $37 basically. They thought if they're gonna buy a $50 product, $37, $20 product, they're gonna get to 5 million in 20 minutes right after buying the course. Like, bro, these are the type of people that buy these low ticket products, but I haven't realized it until I sold them. So if you think that, high prices will lead to low sales and low prices will lead to high sales, no problems, that's completely wrong. Yeah, and yes, if I combine $37 low ticket product plus, getting some millions of views, because I was getting, as you can see here, millions of views, 12k comments, so 12k leads, 20k sales, I was getting over 1,000 leads every single day. Yes, that led to some sales. That made me like 8k in a single week, so that's not terrible. 8k weeks, around 1k days from this viral video is not something that you should be actually proud of. I mean, it's still not terrible, 8k in a week is not terrible, but comparing to this viral video, you could be making much more money. And also the problem with those sales, with $37 sales and chasing viral videos, is that it doesn't create a scale because you always chase viral videos. You wait for the next viral video to hit and then maybe you'll convert. It's just pretty much manual labor because imagine replying to 300 people, I was spending 10 hours, 12 hours every single day just replying to those people. On one side, I wanted to help them, because they bought my product, so I wanted to deliver them, but I just knew that for $37, I was selling the course. I was not supposed to give them one-on-one coaching, but still I was trying to help them. Because of my morals, I just can't, sell something and then just disappear. And since all manual labor, and people expect everything, you have low delivery because they expect $5 million in 20 minutes of buying a course. Is just low quality leads, and you'll get a lot of refunds. And you don't want to deal with refunds because, you can get your Stripe banned. For example, my Stripe got banned. You can get any of your payment processor banned if you give like tons of refunds. And, you're dealing, you're losing money, you are losing fees on refunds, etc. So you don't want that. But the moment I switched from selling $37 to creating intent-based funnel, this will change everything. If you don't know, the intent-based funnel is basically selling high ticket, mid ticket, and low ticket products. All in basically one funnel, so you just sell 3 different products inside one course. This moment, the switch from 37 low ticket products to intent-based funnel pretty much changed everything. First thing first, proper people were getting into proper funnels. If someone wanted to learn just basic, he was buying this $20 product. Because of my snapshot example, if someone just wanted to get more info about about Snapchat, you know, maybe think about starting, then he was buying $20 product. It's just low commitment, emotional purchase. Then if someone wanted to do it on their own, they was buying $400 mid-ticket products. Most people were buying mid-ticket because they couldn't afford high ticket automatically, or they didn't trust me fully yet. So basically the mid-ticket was conversion into the high ticket. But here people could make money on their own on Snapchat, you know, get some great results on their own, not by my coaching. They just bought a course. And lastly, if someone wanted to do it as soon as possible, you know, with my guidance, with my coach's guidance, then he was buying high ticket for 5K. And here me and my coaches were working directly one-on-one with the person to get him to X results. I had also really high delivery because every person that wanted to buy something, they were getting into proper offers that they wanted to buy. So I had pretty much no refunds. As you can see, this is mid-ticket result. This guy made 4K just by buying this $400 product. So he was pretty much ready to buy the high ticket product. It was super easy to upsell them because this guy already trusted me and they wanted to buy more. Or for example, this guy, he was for example in high ticket coaching, so he paid 5K, and in the first month he made like what, 9K. The goal of this high ticket was to get the results as soon as possible, as you can see here. And lastly, one of the most important thing, by using the intent-based funnel, I finally made more money and got more sales. So as you can see here, I got 640K in revenue in just 7 months from November 1st to May 31st only on WOP. So after WOP fees, it was around 620K. I also got some money through crypto, PayPal, Wise, so I made well over 600K fully profits. And this is pretty much not only my example. Let's go to LV to Zara example. For example, LV is worth $47.2 billion and Zara is worth only around $20 billion, even though they have much more customers. LV has much less customers than Zara and they make much more money. Why? Because they charge premium prices. And Louis Vuitton, by having higher prices, they can have much better quality. I have a bunch of items from them. I have items from belts, to wallets, to clothes, jeans, sunglasses, whatever. They have really good quality. They make much more money. As you can see here, Louis Vuitton is worth nearly $50 billion and Zara is worth only $20 billion. And they have much better perception than, for example, Zara. Because, for example, if I'm spending 1.2K on summer set from LV, right? I don't know really if this is just emotional purchase or they really have this high quality, and I perceive it that they have high quality because I spent 1.2K on it. I didn't spend 20 euros as probably in Zara. And people are just willing to pay more because it just looks premium, you know? For example, right now, if Zara dropped 100 euros t-shirt, I wouldn't buy it because for me, it was just Zara t-shirt. Why it costs $100? But if LV has 500 euro t-shirt, 800 euro t-shirts, then of course I can buy it because it's LV, you know, it's premium brand. It's just 500 euros for a t-shirt. That's really not a lot. So I don't have any problems with buying. But even though Zara would drop 100 euro t-shirt, which is 5 times cheaper, I wouldn't buy it because I perceive Zara as cheaper brand, less premium brand, you know, with a bit worse quality. So I wouldn't buy 100 euro t-shirt from Zara, but I don't have any problems with spending 500 euros, 800 euros on t-shirt from LV. Actually, I just realized that behind this quarter zip, I have a t-shirt from LV right now. So, you know, that's just perfect proof. So now, how to charge more so it actually makes sense? Because you can increase your prices to, let's say, 100K, but nobody would buy. So it pretty much doesn't make any sense to increase that amount of prices, right? So basically what we're gonna be using is the intent-based funnel that I mentioned previously. And it's basically low ticket, mid ticket, and high ticket sales. So we are starting with low ticket. Low ticket, it goes between $10 to $30. Of course, you can increase a bit. Some people are selling it for $50. Some people are selling for $5. So it really depends on your release quality. But mostly often the low ticket price is gonna be between $10 and $30. And low ticket is pretty much just a lead magnet because everyone has $10, $20, $30. So it's pretty much emotional purchase. The goal of low ticket is to get someone used from buying from you, from buying from me, from basically any course seller. Because if someone says the word yes once, then it's much easier to convince him for second yes, third yes, etc. And mostly often here we're gonna dropping some basic course, so you know, so people could start making the method, doing the method, you know, getting some results on their own. But of course, getting into mid ticket or high ticket would actually move the needle. That's what actually would push them forward. And the goal of the low ticket is just to get yes once, twice, third time, etc. And to give some value for the people so they trust you more firstly, and also they can convert much more because they're already inside the method you are teaching. Then mid ticket, mostly often between $100 to $1,200, but most mid tickets are between $400 to $800. So mostly often we're gonna focusing on that. Of course, I've seen some mid tickets for 2K, 5K, but it really depends on your offer. But mostly often it's gonna be between $400 and $800. And inside the mid ticket, we're gonna drop more advanced guys. They can do it all by themselves, but they'll also have some mistakes and they're gonna learn from them too. They're gonna learn from community, etc. Here basically is gonna be one big course, and here they will watch a course, they will watch your call recording, old calls, they will be on new calls and implement lessons by themselves. So you're not gonna explain them like one, right, here's what you're gonna do, this and this. You're just creating course once and then just, you know, people inside mid ticket just watch this course and you are not giving them advice like personally advices. So here mostly often it works like full course plus community and group calls, and here mostly often group calls are once or twice a week. You answer here questions that, you know, that couldn't be answered in the course because some things are not stable, you can't record them in the course. You would need to refresh them for, let's say, every single week. So here you just basically answer that in calls and basically help. So for example, show new methods, show recent studies, etc. Basically anything related. So for example, in my Snapchat case, if we were doing promotions for any other websites or apps, then I was showing more apps on how to promote exact apps that, for example, dropped 2 days ago. And lastly, high ticket, which is basically 3K plus. Mostly often it's gonna be between 3 to 8K. I see some people selling high ticket for 20K, 50K, or sometimes even 100K. It really depends on your offer. For example, I'm buying a lot of courses, and the most expensive high ticket I bought was for 28K. And this is basically the highest form of guidance, and people that join are basically one-on-one guided by you or your coaches if you have a scale, so they get results as soon as possible. That's the goal, to deliver them as soon as possible. If you have more high ticket guys, for example, if you have 50 high ticket guys that already bought your high ticket program, you probably would need to hire a coach to actually deliver to every person there, because again, the goal here is to get results as soon as possible and as quick as possible and the best as possible. And here we're gonna drop everything that's in previous ones, you know, so all of the full course, community, group calls, all of the basic courses, drop some automation as resources. So for example, in my personal Snapchat course, I was giving them the automations on how they could post more videos quicker. Those basically automation that saved them like 80% of time. Plus we're gonna add one-on-one coaching, so it's mostly often gonna be DMs. If you open DMs, I was giving my personal phone number for that. Plus they had Discord, and they also had calls with me, so they could hop on a call whenever they want, pretty much, because I don't like doing like you buy my coaching and then you have only 5 calls. No, whenever someone needed a call, then he was just hopping on a call with me, just letting me know that, all right, I want a call. I was sending him calendar link and he was just hopping on a call with me, because it's much easier to deliver them like that. This is the exact same thing I'm doing right now in this offer, in scaling course offer. Whenever my client just wants a call, he hops immediately on the call. We basically hop in the same day, and that's why I can scale their courses. That's why they have great results. So here we hop on calls or chat to help the person get the results as soon as possible and get the best possible results. You give quick feedback, you give quick help. This is basically the highest form of coaching, so you know they pay the most, so you deliver them the best. And in order to implement this intent-based funnel, we basically gonna build a funnel. So this is how the funnel gonna look like. As you can see, it's really simple. It's only a few pages, and I actually recorded full video about it, you know, breaking down the whole funnel, how you can copy it. So watch this video, watch this example video. This is my previous video. If you want to build that funnel, if you want to implement that funnel, and if you implement that funnel, you will actually scale your course. This would help you scale my course pretty much from zero, from making some sense to generating over 600K fully profit in just 7 months. So implement pricing from this video, then watch this video and build that funnel that's correlated to this pricing, and lastly, you will scale your course. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you don't subscribe, subscribe, because I drop each science also on how to scale your course.